Home swapping is a home exchange concept that involves swapping your home in exchange for another home in a foreign country or even right here in South Africa. Established in 1953, HomeLink South Africa is the original home swapping network with a worldwide representation. With focus on short to medium-term stays, home swapping cuts the costs of expensive hotel rates in foreign currencies. The system is simple. Register yourself on the HomeLink SA website, pay the annual registration fee, and you have holiday access to a host of villas, homes and chateaus in countries spread across the world.
You exchange your home or your apartment with somebody from somewhere else in the world or in South Africa. And instead of leaving a footprint, a carbon footprint, as we are very aware of today, by going into a tourist resort which has been specially designed for tourists and maybe a little bland, we are offering homes. You go from home to home. You make friends that way. You get involved with people from other cultures. You live as they live. You don't necessarily swap a castle for a castle. It's often a cottage for a castle. But the experience is what counts.
With over 50 countries listed on the HomeLink website, the travel options are endless. To book a home, the onus is on the home swapper to make direct contact with their desired destination homeowner. HomeLink South Africa aims to serve as a support and infrastructure interface, but ultimately the responsibility is on each member to make the experience work for them.
You contact the person online. Nowadays everything's done by email. And over a period of time, usually months, you find out what that other family, that other person is all about, what their likes and dislikes are, and what they want to see in your country and what you want to see in their part of the world.
HomeLink South Africa has a database of over 13,000 members globally. Ironically, in spite of the benefits of home swapping, a number of South Africans have warmed rather slowly to the concept of home swapping. Perhaps it's the idea of relinquishing their castles to would-be strangers.
It's a concept that does really well overseas, and maybe they're less kind of possessive of their houses, but you know, you put all your stuff in one room that really means anything. You lock it away, you give them a bedroom. Usually a cupboard is enough because they're traveling with a single case. And I don't understand it because this is tailor-made for South Africa. When you think about it, when you think of our rand struggles against the pound and the dollar and the euro, you know, it's a natural, it's a slam dunk. But people are funny here. I don't know why it is.
But in spite of this, for Roy Watts, the experience of home swapping has been, yes, risky, but definitely a good one.
I think it's 13,000 entries on this particular site. And yes, I suppose occasionally you're going to get a bad experience. I certainly haven't. I've done 8 exchanges now, and they've all been absolutely fantastic. In some cases, we even swapped cars, which is part of the deal, if you want it to be. And, you know, all I've had to do is find an air ticket and groceries, and that's an overseas holiday, which is almost impossible these days. But yes, there's got to be a slight chance of something going wrong, but that's with everything, isn't it?
Home swapping also has some long-term benefits. It was because of a home swapping holiday in Cape Town that an Irish couple decided to relocate to South Africa.
It came about by a delightful accident. We had friends who wanted to exchange here, from Ireland, and this is how I came to discover HomeLink, and we then discovered Roy Watts, who was our very first exchange. The friends reneged on the deal, so we honoured it for him, and he came to Ireland to visit us. We immediately put him to work braaiing for us, because he was expert in this area, and then we came to him in Newlands, and it proved to be the start of our coming to South Africa, and we have been friends with Roy ever since. And it often happens that way with home exchanging because it's a very personal, intimate way to travel. I always like to think of it as tourism with soul.
As home swapping enters into its 6th decade, it's hoped that many more people will try swapping their home instead of a hotel room the next time they decide to travel.